and panic immediately set in because it just didn't feel good. I think my oh my goodness moment would be really pretty early in my HR career. I was coming out of restaurant operations and going to the corporate office position to start in head of recruiting. And at that time, I was a new leader in a corporate environment and had been accustomed to managing a different type of workforce and inherited really three recruiters that were still pretty new in their jobs too. And I was certainly new in the level of responsibility that I was taking on. And through that transition, coming out of operations and coming into a different type of professional environment, when I was under duress, unbeknownst to me, I had some issues with probably the delivery of my comments or feedback, or if you caught me off guard. And I've definitely learned from that experience. And really, what happened, this story that caught me off guard, that I would call definitely a learning lesson, a mistake, messy, was I had a new leader starting, a new vice president of human resources after I'd been there a few months. And it was her second day that I was meeting her. And unbeknownst to me, she called me back into her office. And when I walked in, one of the recruiters was sitting there. And her name was Joanne. And Joanne indicated to me that Travis was sitting there in her office because he had some things he wanted to say to me. And panic immediately set in because it just didn't feel good. That was my first encounter with her. And it was probably one of the first times that I had to start regulating and not showing on the outside how you feel on the inside. And Travis began to start. And again, the real shocker came that he called it his diary. And he had been documenting over a course of 3 months things that I had done or said to him that he found offensive or that hurt his feelings. And he was filing essentially a grievance in regards to that to this new head of HR. So I sat there and Travis started to air his frustrations and things that I had done. Some examples. He called me one Saturday morning and I was moving and he asked me a question. He was working on a Saturday, which I probably didn't fully appreciate. To get a candidate closed, and those of you in recruiting know how important that is. You cannot wait. And I was short with him. Other things that I had done when I was interrupted, I wasn't conscientious, really, is what he was telling me, or the delivery. And I made him feel that I was talking down to him in some regards. And so this went on. It was a pretty lengthy meeting, probably a half-hour meeting. And Joanne was really the facilitator and the mediator here, as a seasoned HR professional could only handle.